Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J again, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, how do I flirt without being creepy? Well, if you did, good, because that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about 7 ways you can flirt with a girl without creeping her out to the point of wanting to slap you in the face and call 911. One thing to keep in mind is that flirting doesn't have to be sexual like a lot of guys think it does. It simply means introducing the concept of you and me. Creepy, on the other hand, also doesn't have to be sexual. Creepy actually means trying to introduce the concept of you and me without me and you being on board. This falls in line with my whole concept of speaking to spark arousal, where you have to have a connection first, you have to get her laughing and feeling good about you, and then she's gonna want to feel your penis inside her. Creepy is the stuff that tells our mind, wait, this might be dangerous, let's run away. And that's when flirting can be seen as creepy, when it's completely out of context to the situation at hand because y'all don't have a connection first and she doesn't feel good about you yet. How do you expect a girl to want to have anything of an us with you if she doesn't even feel good about you yet? Exactly, she's not gonna wanna. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna assume that y'all have already had a connection from a good back and forth, and you got her laughing and being like, oh my God, you're like so funny. And now, only now, can we talk about us. So number 1, I call this the 3-second eye hold. So one time at Rutgers, me and my sister took one class together, which was infant and child development, and the professor says to us, anybody that you can maintain 3 seconds of eye contact with in your life, you will be intimate with. So then obviously me and my sister whip around and look at each other for 3 seconds. It may not sound like a lot of time, but it actually is in the course of a conversation. And when you can hold eye contact for that long with a woman, what it does is it signals to her that, okay, this is something more than just a back and forth conversation. This is an intimate conversation that will develop into an intimate joining of our genitals. Yeah, that's what it'll do. Now, don't make the mistake that my brother first made when I told him about the 3-second eye hold and sit there and stare her without ever breaking eye contact and freak her the fuck out. I'm talking about having a conversation, hold it for 3 seconds, very confidently. You can blink, and then just ask the waiter for more salt, or hey, what's going on over there? Ha ha ha. The point is to lead her into having a closer, more intimate connection. But staring her down all wide-eyed without ever blinking or looking away is just terrifying and controlling in a sense, and that will creep us the fuck out. Number 2, nicknames. I really like this one because nicknames are a really easy way to step up from super platonic conversation to a joining of feeling more comfortable around one another. Just think about the people you give nicknames to in your life or people who've given you nicknames. It's people who really know you, people who've actually seen maybe a quirk of yours enough and know enough about you to give you such a nickname. It's the closer people in our lives. So when you give her a cute little nickname that signals that you've been listening to her and paying attention to her in the moment, maybe you call her Little Mint because she's got a Costco-sized supply of Altoids in her glove compartment. Or maybe you call her Slowpoke because she's walking much slower than you are, which will probably be the case unless she's running away from you. Either way, it's about forging a closer connection than the regular random conversation you might have with any other stranger at the bar. A creepy nickname would be something about how she looks, like, hey legs. Again, you want to make it maybe about something she spoke about or something that's an inside joke already between the two of you. Not something that any other guy on the street could give her just by looking at her. Number 3, slower, lower, closer. One thing a lot of guys sometimes have problem with, especially when they've got a great conversation going with a girl, is slowing it down just a bit. The reason being is because once you got a great conversation going, you're talking and you're vibing and you're loving. Guys think that slowing things down creates awkwardness. Like, oh no, I'm not saying anything. No, she's not saying anything. I think I have nothing to say. Listen, do not confuse awkward silence with needed sexual tension. I'm gonna tell you right now, if she's in this conversation long enough for you to feel comfortable with flirting with her, she's gonna know you want it and she's gonna be okay with it. But if you don't give her the time to just slow down and actually feel that sexual tension, how's her pussy gonna know to feel you later? So slow it down just a bit, lower your voice even, just to bring the energy down to a little more serious level and get closer. Again, If she's made it this far, she's gonna want it. Number 4, touch me and tease me. Okay, you can't expect to have a great, awesome night and laugh and flirt and hang out without touching her until you get to the bedroom. And I hate that this is actually number 4 because I want you to do this as soon as possible. Again, we're talking about introducing the concept of me and you. Unless we're touching, there isn't gonna be an us. And if you wait until the freaking bedroom to touch her, in fact, I take that back. If you don't touch her, either you're not getting to the bedroom. Period. What you want to do is you want to touch on high notes to signify that, hey, I'm the reason you feel this good, and to reinforce that connection and to reinforce that positivity to you. So anytime you guys have a me too, oh my God, you grew up in Jersey, me too! Or, oh my God, you're allergic to cats, me too! Or anytime you guys are both laughing. Again, it's about reinforcing the positive, which comes from you. Number 5, I like. So I like is basically telling her something specific about her that you personally enjoy. I'm not talking about, hey, I like your skirt, or even, hey, I like your sense of humor. I'm talking about something like, hey, I really like that every time you talk to our waitress, you say her name. I just think that's really genuine. Or even, I like that every time you laugh, you put your hands up to your eyes. Like you can't handle, what's that about? I absolutely adore it. Us women want to be special to you. We want to know that out of all the women you could be sleeping on or passing in the street, that there's something about us that makes you want to sit here and compliment us. So opening up to say something like I like is actually very vulnerable, and that's what us women want. So it's a baby step into being vulnerable and connecting what you like about us to what you like. Number 6, bedroom eyes and bedroom voice. So this is the simplest to do without giving away that you are actually into her, for those of you who might feel a little less inclined to want to tell her that you want to put your penis inside her. This is simply closing your eyes a little bit like you're sleepy and lowering your voice like you're ready to go to bed. What that's gonna do is it's gonna signal to us that, oh, you look sleepy and tired, like you should be in bed. I should probably be in bed too. We should probably be in bed together. Again, I probably should have positioned it right after the slower, lower, closer, because doing it randomly out of nowhere without the slower, lower, closer will look creepy. But again, we're about signaling being together, and when you do give her bedroom eyes and bedroom voice, she'll be sure to give you bedroom time. And last but not least, me plus you plus us. Again, what is flirting? Flirting is the concept of introducing us into the conversation. Whether it's dating, marriage, fucking, butt fucking, we have to talk about us being together. So when she said something like, oh my God, you're from Jersey, you could say something like, oh my God, I'm from Rhode Island. We're like both from the East Coast, dominating on the West Coast. Or when she says something like, I always wanted to play tennis, but I like never knew how. And I've never picked up a racket. You can say something like, oh my God, I love playing tennis. I could totally teach you. And then you could kick my ass during tennis all you want. Either way, it's about forming that picture in her mind that outside of this conversation right now, you and I are going to start life together. For however long you want, of course. So those are the 7 ways to be flirty without being creepy, to get her feeling good about you and eventually wanting to feel on your penis later. So we talked some about how to not be creepy, but for the top 10 tips on what not to do when it comes to talking to women, getting them to laugh and getting them to bed, go to www.speaktosparkarousal.com/10 tips. And don't forget, anytime you create a connection with a woman and know how to get her laughing, any one of these 7 ways is gonna come naturally to you, and she's gonna wanna feel it from you too. Not flirting is doing a disservice to us women. Let me tell you, we desperately want you to flirt with us, especially after we've been talking with you and laughing with you. So commit these 7 to memory, use them out and about with any girl you want. And don't forget to check out the top 10 mistakes guys make when it comes to talking to women and getting the ones you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.